This weekend I strolled into Trials of Osiris here on Anomaly and everything was going fine. I was using all my normal builds. I knocked out flawless passages on my Gunslinger first, then my Revenant, then my Shadebinder. But then I went into Destiny Trials report just to check in on how things were going in Trials for everyone else this weekend, and I noticed something. Titans are really struggling. I mean the class as a whole, not the individuals who play them. But 3 out of 5 Titan subclasses have a usage rate of under 3%. That's absolutely insane. Even the Brawler subclass, right? The run and punch you hard subclass, the Striker Titan, they only had 5.2% usage rate on Anomaly. Maybe the most Brawler map in the history of Destiny. So let me put it this way. There are only 5 subclasses with a usage rate of under 3%, and 3 of those 5 subclasses are Titan subs. Meanwhile, Hunters claim 4 of the top 7 subclasses. Almost every Hunter subclass is in the top 10 subs used in PvP, while almost every Titan subclass is in the bottom 10. That's wild to me. So I want to have a discussion about those Titan subclasses soon, but today's not that day. Today was about how when I saw that, I immediately wanted to change gears. I wanted to see if I could go solo flawless on the least used subclass in all PvP, the Behemoth.
It is just you now. Fight until you have nothing left. You alone bring victory.
I cannot feel it obnoxious. Stop it. Quitting was never an option. Exhausted. This passion is never exhausted. And you cannot stop it. Nah, you cannot stop it. I had to switch up the flow. Show you the way that it goes. God is good, but this life is hard. But it gets better when you grind smart. I'm just really trying to leave a mark.
Now the Behemoth claims barely over 1% usage rate. That means roughly for every 100 players you encounter in Trials of Osiris, only 1 of them is going to be a Behemoth, while roughly 21 of them will be Strand Hunters. They're unicorns, basically. And the crazy part is that the 1.4% is actually being inflated by the fact that there are a number of clans that run full Behemoth teams in the 3s queue because of how powerful it can be when you get 3 of them together, spamming ice walls, chaining over shields, and ability regeneration. But even with those people inflating that number, it's still in dead last. So what gives? Well, I took Behemoth into Trials in the solo playlist, and I went flawless not just once, but twice in a few hours. And here is what I learned about that subclass throughout that journey. First, I discovered that Behemoth is best used as a subclass designed to slow people down, to stop them dead in their tracks. Listen, I'm approaching 40 years old. My reaction speeds aren't what they used to be. My internal CPU isn't as lightning fast as these newer models, so slowing things down is super helpful for me. So take this play for example, one of my favorite 1v3 moments from this weekend. So I'm getting pinched, right? 1 guy from the front, 2 guys from behind me, and I'm the last man standing. So I throw the barricade down in the doorway. Then I turn around and I throw the glacier grenade on the other side of me. So this frees me up. I'm now sort of in my own little hut that I've built. It frees me up to get the revive. I slide through the shield and shotgun the first guy. I turn around, I shatter the crystals for a ton of shatter damage, and then I clean up the last 2 guys who are now very weak and easy pickings. The Behemoth kit allowed me to immediately put the brakes on that pincer move and then turn a disadvantage into an advantage. And I really got into a great rhythm of doing this match after match. It was great for walling off the capture point, for example, to give us a few more free seconds to continue capping the zone. But then check this crazy play out. I go into room 2 to challenge, but then there's too many of them there, right? So I do the slide wave of ice, and then I turn around and I run out of the room. But when I go underneath room 2, I notice that some of the ice that I made upstairs is sticking down through the floor. So I just look up, I shatter it with my shotgun, and the shatter damage in the room above is enough to completely full kill one of the opponents above me. I was laughing hysterically. I could not believe that this actually worked. This guy actually came into chat after the match. He's like, I was so confused. How did you shatter me when you were a floor below me? Now let me take a minute to unpack the build that I was using, right? So I decided to run the Precious Scars. It gives me a chunk of healing whenever I get a kill with a weapon that matches my subclass element, Stasis in this case. It also gives me wild damage resistance when getting revives. It's honestly pretty excellent in Trials. Then in the kinetic slot, I'm running the Stay Frosty Pulse Rifle, which Bungie recently fixed. The muzzle flash used to be absurd, but they finally dialed it back. Now it's buttery smooth. It's so easy to use. I used a kill clip roll first, but then I actually ended up landing on my encore and headstone roll because the crystals that got left behind when I would get a headshot kill, they could be shattered for more damage or left there to block off the revive, and it was working brilliantly. For my special weapon, I ran a couple of different things. For the first flawless, I used the Compass Rose shotgun because I've always liked that shotgun, honestly. Mine's got fragile focus and adagio, which gave me some easy follow-up kills with the extra 3 damage per pellet a couple of times. For the second card, I ran the duality because I felt like a slug would be really great for those easy kills on guys that are jumping up, which happens a lot on Anomaly, right between the catwalk and top table. I rarely use shotguns, but I was really pleased with the results. A few viewers recommended I use a sidearm or a fusion rifle, but I explained that I really wanted something that could immediately shatter crystals if I needed it, right? With no charge up, no sustained fire. I also wanted immediate burst damage on targets that I weakened with the shatter. So now let me talk about my build, all right? I'm using the aspects Cryoclasm and Howl of the Storm. So on Anomaly, getting ice crystals to form in a tight hallway was super helpful. And the long slides are always nice too. For my fragments, I'm using Whispers of Shards for the recharge buff on my grenades, Rending, Rime, and Fissures for that extra shatter damage when breaking crystals and a bigger radius on the explosion. And then I'm definitely coupling that with the 2 mods on the seasonal artifact that make bigger booms with extra damage as well when shattering crystals. Hail of the Storm and Pillar of Ice. Now on my armor, I'm running 100 Resilience, 100 Strength, and 80 Discipline, so I can make more shards more often. Honestly, I have to admit that Behemoth worked out better on this map than I expected it to. There are so many encounters in these tight quarters, and that ability to just fill a small space with giant ice crystals is so helpful, then smash them for big AoE damage and slow debuffs. Hey, it just worked out so well. I'm surprised more people didn't run it on Anomaly, frankly. It was exactly the kind of environment that this subclass feels like it was made for. I very rarely ever use this subclass, but I think I'm going to have to keep my loadout saved for now because I honestly had a ton of fun using it in Trials. Maybe it was the map, but I feel like this class was so much better than the usage rates would let on. And honestly, I felt like Berserker Titan was way worse. So I'm going to challenge myself next time to get a solo flawless banged out on Strand Titan as well. Anyways, let me know in the comments section below what you believe the worst subclass in Destiny 2 is for PvP. Which subclass is the weakest option in PvP, and specifically for Trials of Osiris, and why? Let me know down below. Thanks as always for tuning into the video, and for all the support here on the channel. Consider leaving a like only if you enjoyed it. Be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.
It is just you. Fight until you have nothing left. Guardian against Guardian. Showdown. The enemy team is... Only one enemy is left. 1 minute left, my friend. One enemy is left. Hold nothing back. Only one enemy is left. They should have known This place is for firing you to the top. And soon, I will see you here again and again.